here we are, class number 4. This is the end of our Finding Fullness series. For those of you who haven't been watching, this is class 4 in a actually quite a big series of a deeper dive looking into weight loss. I did a weight loss basics class that you can go back and find. And if you do that one first, that gives you a good foundation for where we're going in this deeper dive into weight loss. The first series was finding hunger and why that's so key to weight loss. And this is the second part of the series, which is called Finding Fullness. So this is the last class in the Finding Fullness series, and we're going to get into my last sabotaging thought. The one, there's so many sabotaging thoughts. Let me say, if I led anybody to believe that I'm giving you all the thoughts that tear up your weight loss, I'm not. I'm just giving you some of the biggies, okay? So one of the big sabotaging thoughts that I find is kind of like when I did the last series of Finding Hunger, and I talked to you about innocent little thoughts, like beware the innocent little thoughts, because they sneak in and get you, and they sound so reasonable. They sound like, oh, this is no big deal. But they're the ones that really knock you out, and it's a sneak attack, okay? So this is one of those. The sneaky, innocent, sabotaging thought is just a little more won't hurt. I know that I feel like I'm at that +4. I'm probably about done, and maybe I'm going to finish this piece of bread. Or, oh, wait, I wanted to eat some of those dark chocolate almonds. I forgot. I'm just gonna have 3 or 4. It's just a couple. It's no big deal. I bet you I can calculate. It's probably 50 calories. It's nothing, right? No big deal. The kids are having ice cream. I'll just take a bite of theirs. I won't really eat. No, well, okay, wait a minute. I have 4 kids. Well, it'll be 4 bites. So, but it's just a little, I'm not having one myself. I'm not even eating a whole ice cream myself. It's just, I just want a little taste. That's where it gets you. Because your brain, what your brain is doing there is discounting all that. So when you keep your food diary, like I talked about before, or you are trying to recall like what you ate and trying to figure out why the scale is not going the way you want, all of that, just a little more stuff is gone. It's like a deleted file. It's like you forgot to save that in the computer because your brain said, that's not important. That's why, if you're not doing it, you got to keep a food journal. I know you're going, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Why is she saying that? I'm saying it because you will not be aware unless you do this. And if you're not aware, you can't address a problem. So you've got to write it down. And if you're planning your stuff out, like I've suggested in the past, you're writing it all down and you're doing it in advance, then you very quickly realize any deviations. Now you've got to go back and change that list. You've got to change out your plan because you added to it. Not a good idea, first of all, but it's a pain. So if you want to make keeping a food journal as painless as possible, write your plan out the day before, follow it to the letter. Don't add, you could subtract if you're not, if you plan too much, but just stick to the plan for the most part and don't add a bunch of extra stuff. But if you do, you have to pay attention. You have to write it down. I had 3 or 4 chocolate almonds and I had 2 bites of ice cream for my kid. And then my husband offered me a glass of wine and I was like, yeah, you know what this day's been like? I'm gonna have that too. And you gotta write all that down, all of it. Because when you look back later and you go, well, I don't understand. I ate my salad for lunch and I did this and I stayed fat adapted and I didn't eat. Actually, the chocolate was sugar-free. You'll go back and realize, oh wait, I ate pretty much the equivalent of an additional whole meal that I just picked at the whole rest of the evening. You can tell yourself lies like, well, if my eating window is 12 to 8 and I ate dinner at 6, I could still eat till 8. I'm not done yet. You might have been done at 6 and then you went on and snacked until 8. If you don't write it down, if you let your brain tell you a little more won't hurt, it's just not, really in the big scheme of things, if you ate 2 strawberries or 50 calories worth of whatever, and that was on the plan, it probably wouldn't make any difference. But the problem comes into when you say it doesn't make a difference, it's not going to matter, and you allow yourself to believe it, you undo your plan, you undo your integrity, you take down what your mind planned for you and made and set out for you in love, in preparation, and you toss it. And then you don't stick to the plan of what you had created, which would have done something very different than what your body does with the extra that you didn't plan on. So, I strongly suggest you write out those food journals, write it down, do it however you want. Put it in a notebook, keep it on the notes app on your phone, whatever works for you. It doesn't really matter. I do it on my phone because right before I lay down at night, I go, oh yeah, I got to plan out for tomorrow. And if I don't have something right there, I'm not getting up to go find a notebook. So I just phone, boom, boom, boom. This is the plan for tomorrow. End of story. Do I always do it perfectly? No. But if I find myself going, oh, that won't matter. Oh, a bite of this, no big deal. But I know what I'm doing. I'm undoing. And I'm working against myself. And I don't want you to have to do that. Okay? So practice that food journaling. Catch those little innocent thoughts. Catch all those sabotaging thoughts. And start practicing and figuring out why you're doing it and how to stop doing it in new thoughts, new ways of working with this and keeping with the plan that you have in mind. All right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to keep on moving into a deeper dive in weight loss. And so I'll see you again soon, and we'll keep working at this. Thanks for coming back. Don't forget, if you haven't, subscribe so you don't miss my next series, and give me a thumbs up. Okay?